Alright guys, so hopefully by now you've watched my last video about the tools to use that I used to lose 100 pounds. The first one was MyFitnessPal, which is an app to keep track of everything you eat. The second one was a food scale to really keep track of everything you eat, to be able to accurately keep track of everything you eat. And the third one was a Fitbit to keep track of your exercise calories, or just any kind of fitness tracker will be fine. I'm using an Apple Watch now, actually. Got that for Christmas, and it works pretty well to keep track of my active calories. So what I do is just add whatever extra calories this says I burn in the day. I just add it extra to MyFitnessPal. And then lastly, the last thing was knowledge. You got to gain knowledge. You got to know what you're doing. Watch YouTube videos, read articles about how to better yourself. It doesn't even have to be about fitness articles. It can be about how to stay motivated, how to accomplish your goals, and that's really what I want to bring to you guys more than anything. Is I want to help motivate you guys like y'all help motivate me. Um, Making these videos, even if nobody watches them, it helps motivate me. I'm going to look back at these and I'm going to see the progress. Even if I'm the only one who watches it, I'm going to see the progress. I guess it's kind of like a diary. But that's enough of my soap opera or whatever. That's about as sentimental as you'll get me right there. But today I'm going to talk to you. This is part two of how I lost 100 pounds, and we're going to talk about nutrition. So, as you know, let's zoom in. I know it ain't great, but compared to 100 pounds ago, pretty good. We got a ways to go, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All right. So, as you know, when you weigh 325 pounds, the only nutrition adjustment I had to make was putting down the fork every now and then. Like, not even all the time, just every now and then putting down the fork. It was when you weigh 325 pounds, the only reason you weigh that much is because you eat past comfort. You eat as much as you can. So, for instance, I loved hamburgers. I still do love hamburgers. But when my dad grilled out hamburgers, but when my dad grilled out hamburgers, I would eat three hamburgers and then chips and load it down with slaw. And I didn't think anything about it. I didn't think anything about how each bun was 120 calories, how there was 800 calories in the hamburger patty itself, how the slaw was another 300 to 500 calories depending on what kind of slaw you use. Um, the ketchup had all kinds of sugar in it. Mustard doesn't have anything in it, so I like mustard. But I didn't think anything about that. And this is just an example of how I have changed my diet from 325 pounds to 225. I haven't weighed in a while. I'm probably closer to 220 now. I'm actually going to make a video tomorrow starting my transformation. The official start of my transformation will be a video that I'm going to put out tomorrow. So y'all be looking out for that. And it's going to be the weigh-in. I'm excited about it because it's going to be the official start, the official start of the documentation of it. But back, sorry I get sidetracked so easily, but back to what I was saying, I would eat three hamburgers loaded down with everything and a side of potato chips. And now what I'll do, and that was eating past comfort. I was full after two hamburgers, but or hamburger and a half. I was full. But now what I do is I'll eat a hamburger. I'll eat the full hamburger. But instead of eating three hamburgers, if I'm still hungry after that first hamburger, I'll eat another patty, but I won't eat it with the bread. And put some mustard on it, a little bit of ketchup, and it's still just as good. But it's literally just about half the calories as what I would have eaten, and I'm just as full. I get just as much of reward from it. So, and that's another thing that I want y'all to understand is that you can still eat bad stuff. You need to still eat bad stuff. You're not going to go from eating. I am not going to go from eating three hamburgers at a time one day to eating, just straight great for you food, just because you can't make a difference like that. you can't make that big of a jump for yourself. So make small jumps. It's okay. It's all about progress. It's all about making small jumps. That's what took me the longest time to learn. Is I tried to go from way up here to literally down there in a day, and it took me a while to realize that I had to start up here. Next month, went down here, there, and it's just making small jumps. You got to be comfortable, and it keeps you mentally refreshed that way. You still need to enjoy life. You still need to go out. You still need to have that mental freshness, and that's going to help you more than anything. It's just staying fresh. Eat if you want something, eat it. Just don't go overboard with it. This is my dorm room, by the way. It looks like a prison. I promise, Mom and Dad, I'm not in prison. I am. We're all in a prison. But this is my dorm room. It could be a prison too, but not the way you think about it. But okay, back to what I did. This is how I lost weight. I can't speak for I can't tell not everybody's going to be the same, but this is how I did it. Like I said, when you weigh 325, all you have to do is just not eat everything to go, and I went to 275. That's when I got MyFitnessPal into Fitbit, and I set my calorie count at 1,000 calories below my metabolic rate. So I believe that back when I was 275, I was burning 3,500 calories a day just by living. So I could still eat. I could not exercise. I could not do anything, and I could still eat 2,500 calories a day, and still that'd be 1,000 calorie deficit, which is 2 pounds a week being lost. And I worked out every day, so that was adding another 1,000 calories. So I could eat in that range 3,500 calories a day, and still be 1,000 calories in 1,000 calorie deficit. But I still was in a 1,500 to 2,000 calorie deficit every day, just because I was keeping up with what I was eating. So when I weighed 275, I still had to weigh that much for football. So what I did was I tried to eat between 250 and 300 grams of carbs for the energy. I needed my energy for football. There's no way I could cut out carbs. Everybody says, to lose weight, cut out carbs. There was no way I could cut out my carbs. I needed that energy for football. But I also, instead of eating all this fat that you get in your ranch dressing and burgers and just anything, there's fat in everything, but food that is high in fat, I started eating food that's high in protein compared to fat. So what I tried to do was eat my body weight in protein. So I tried to eat 275 to 300 grams of protein just to maintain muscle and to become more lean. And I was, for 275 pounds, 285 pounds, I was pretty lean for that weight. So then once football got over with, I didn't need all that extra energy for football practice. So what I did was called a carb cycle. I still wanted my energy. I still wanted my energy and carbs to work out every day, but I still wanted to cut fat. And so what I would do is one day I would eat 250 carbs, and then the next day I would eat 100 carbs. That was what I tried to do. I tried to go from 250 to 100 every day, or under 100, or just around 250. I wasn't very precise about it because I didn't have to be. I was still 275 pounds, and really, it's not that hard to lose weight when you weigh that much. And so that's what I did. Was carb cycle was 250 to 100, and the reason for that, when you carb cycle, is that you don't store as many carbs. You don't burn fat or as much fat when you are storing carbs. So what that did was, sorry, my mustache is itching my nose. But so what I did was 250 to 100, and then that helps you, that you don't store carbs, so that helps you burn more fat. I still got my energy from the 250 day, and then the next day I went to 100 carbs, because there's still carbs in everything. So I went to 100 carbs, and I would burn more fat that day while still having energy from the 250 carb day. And I was still trying to eat my body weight in protein. So as I went down from 270 to 250 to 225, I still tried to eat 275 grams, 250, 225 grams of protein, just to maintain my muscle mass, because I was still weightlifting. I weightlift every day, and I do cardio 3 to 4 times a week. But I'll get into that in the next video. So now what I did to lose weight was eat your weight in protein. And then I wouldn't say you have to lower carbs, but eat healthier carbs. Eat your complex carbs. You have your complex carbs, and you have your simple carbs. Your complex carbs is like your wheat-based stuff, your rice, your fruits and vegetables, stuff that doesn't take, or it takes longer to digest, and you feel fuller longer. And your simple carbs is your sugar and your candy and everything like that. So I tried to eat more complex carbs. So the carbs that I were eating were complex carbs, and I tried to stay away from the simple carbs. And so I'd go back and forth between 250 to 100. And I would try to stay around 65 grams of fat or less a day, because you still need your fat for your regular bodily functions. You need your healthy fat. And I'll make another video about what foods I ate. I can tell you right now, I ate a lot of cottage cheese, half a serving of peanut butter, Greek yogurt, grilled chicken, rice. I'm just realizing none of this stuff sounds really that appetizing, but it is. You can make it pretty good. I know how to make stuff all right, and recipes to make them taste better. And so now what I'm doing is I am planning out my nutrition instead of daily like I was doing it. I'm making it a weekly thing. I'm going from the first part of the week, high calorie, high carb, and I'm going 2 days low carb. Wednesday, high calorie, high carb. 2 days low carb. Saturday and Sunday, high calorie, high carb. And so I'm still carb cycling, just on a larger scale now. And I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to find out, and y'all are going to find out too if you watch these videos, I guess. But if you have any questions, you feel free to ask. I'm always here. I'm going to respond now. Don't have as many people trying to call me and everything, so most of you will get responses. But I appreciate you watching this video, and if you need anything from me, just let me know. If you have any questions, just ask me. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and be on the lookout for my first official transformation video tomorrow. The start of it all is going to be tomorrow, so don't want to miss it, because I do plan on doing this for a long time, and I just think it's going to be interesting how far this is going to go. So I appreciate you watching the video, and I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow.